Okay, so take a look at this pretty awesome video we have here. Our weekend anchor, Cody Proctor, had a moose right in her front yard.
Oh my gosh, I was looking at Cameron, not the moose. I see it there. It's in
That's her boyfriend, Cameron.
You could see it kind of moving there. So she says their dog, I should say, a corgi named Pippin. Pippin's awesome, by the way, actually scared the moose off. Pippin was like, get out. You're not welcome here. A little hard to hear, but you might actually be able to hear Pippin growl. The moose then runs away. Pretty cool, though, that this was caught on doorbell camera.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Legou. Jenny, have you ever had like wildlife in your yard or near your house at all?
You know, the only time that I've seen a moose so far in Spokane was on my way into work one morning, which we go very early,
Yes.
and a moose was like running through the road.
No
Like,
way.
Totally
Did I just
threw
see
me
a
off.
ghost, or
Yeah.
what was that?
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to slow down.
That's so cool.
Yes, yeah. But that's the only wildlife here that I've seen of recent. As always, we love to see your pictures too, so send them our way. But yes, I mean, the moose, the wildlife are out and also dealing with some cooler, unseasonable conditions. We're waking up to a frost advisory, folks. We did see this over the weekend, and this morning here, we're sitting pretty similarly with these widespread frost advisories through our northern valleys and even dipping down into western Montana. These frost advisories will be in place until 8 a.m. and it's noticeably cool out there with some sunshine. So in Spokane right now, we're at 45 degrees, not too bad. But as we take a look at some of our northern valleys here, we have been in the 30s. Right now at the last check, we're at 40 degrees finally for Deer Park, 41 for Sandpoint, 44 currently in Coeur d'Alene, with some mid-30s still out toward northwest Montana. So we gradually are warming up here, though. Just be aware it is noticeably chilly as we get things going. It's a dry start for eastern Washington and North Idaho, although a few showers are picking up through parts of Yakima as well as Moses Lake and Othello. Moving into this afternoon, we've got increasing clouds ahead of some widespread showers that are moving in, but the timing of that in just a few minutes. Let's also get you out the door with a look at some current traffic conditions. I want to start by showing you a live look at I-90 and Arthur, where things are moving smoothly. You can tell that the sun is shining, so you'll want the sunglasses, but we're waking up to dry road conditions. As we take a look here across the rest of the region, we are sitting pretty similarly when it comes to current traffic conditions. This is a live look for you at I-90 in Sprague along that curve where things right now are still moving smoothly. I do want to show you a look at our traffic maps right now because across the board, we are in the green, which means we are seeing average drive times, whether you are traveling through downtown Spokane, the Valley, Liberty Lake, or into North Idaho. Something we'll continue to track as the morning goes on.
A traffic alert. 2 construction projects start this week that could impact your commute.
So KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live this morning with the details. Brandon, what's going on?
Good morning, Tim, Nicole. Well, for starters, you're just going to go ahead and prepare for some slowdowns here on Maple and then some detours that'll eventually go into place later this week. Road work begins this morning for the Maple Walnut Grind and Overlay project. I want you to go ahead and take a look at your screens. We've got a map right here. The lane reductions will be in place between 4th Avenue and the Maple Street Bridge, but the major traffic impact will begin on Thursday, June 11th. That's when the bridge will be completely closed for this project. So southbound drivers, you'll have to detour to Boone, and northbound drivers will detour to 4th Avenue. If you want a closer look at these maps and the detours in place, you can find those right now on KREM.com. And as mentioned, this is one of 2 major construction projects that begin this week. The other one is going to be located on Green Street right next to Spokane Community College. We'll talk about those details in just about a half hour or so, but for now, reporting live here in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Meantime, the Idaho Transportation Department fully closed the Long Bridge pedestrian path in Sandpoint. This comes after a recent inspection found structural deterioration. Areas on the bridge can no longer safely support people until repairs are made. Right now, ITD is finalizing the details around the closing. They are also working on other options for people who rely on the bridge for daily needs.
Today, former Spokane County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Clay Hilton will be in court. He is facing federal criminal charges for allegedly beating up a man back in 2023. There's body camera footage of Hilton beating Kevin Hinton during an arrest. Hinton was parked at Terrace View Park in Spokane Valley after park hours. When Hinton would not hand over his ID, the situation escalated. His attorney says Hilton beat him to the point of breaking 8 ribs, puncturing his lung, and causing a concussion. A federal grand jury in 2025 indicted Hilton. The jury also found that Hilton lied in his field report by saying he saw knives in Hinton's car. This morning, we're learning more about a man in Cheney who fell from a grain silo on Friday.
KREM 2's Regan Gallo looked into how he got up there in the first place.
Well, around 12:30 a.m. Friday morning, authorities say that several first responder agencies joined forces to execute a high technical angle rescue on what appears to be this grain silo after a man fell here in Cheney. Those who work and live in Cheney reported seeing a large emergency presence early Friday morning, and what they say is a quiet area. According to both the Cheney Police and Fire Department, emergency crews responded to the area of G and First Street for a 21-year-old man who'd fallen. When they arrived, they found him on top of a grain silo. Authorities say they safely rescued the injured man from the top of the silo using a high technical rescue. The rescue response included Cheney Police and Fire Departments, Spokane County Fire District 3, Fairchild Air Force Base, City of Spokane Fire, and the EWU Police Department. Reports showed the man was taken by life flight to a regional trauma center where he's in critical condition. The Eastern Washington University Police Department and the Cheney Police Department both confirmed with KREM 2 News the 21-year-old is an EWU student. The incident happened hours after EWU's senior send-off event Thursday afternoon and just a week before the university's graduation ceremony. Now, this rescue in Cheney happened about a week after another grain silo accident in Whitman County, when a man fell 25 feet from the top of a grain silo. Authorities say that man was also airlifted to Sacred Heart Medical Center. That incident remains under investigation. We will continue to report as we learn more about both these grain silo incidents. For now, I'm reporting in Cheney, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Well, the annual State of Downtown was on Friday and celebrated some of the new projects and accomplishments in the area.
Right now, the commercial vacancy rate is 27%. That is because of many different factors like cost and public safety. Something downtown Spokane and Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown say they are committed to balancing both public safety and health with things like the Safe and Healthy Spokane Task Force and bringing back neighborhood resource officers. Downtown Spokane believes the key to success is creating spaces for the community to come together, especially at a time when loneliness is considered a public health crisis.
Downtown has a really vital role in bringing people together and really combating what's becoming, really a somewhat threatening situation for our own individual health and our community and civic health. And so we want to make sure that we're creating those opportunities through things like this great new project, Vintage Alley.
Vintage Alley will be a collection of murals, lighting, and neon signs paying tribute to Spokane's history in Railroad Alley.
Well, the new Washington e-bike laws are about to take effect. The point of doing this is to better define the difference between an e-bike and a motorcycle. So starting on Thursday, in order to classify as an e-bike, bikes have to have working pedals and an electric motor smaller than 750 watts. They will also have to limit how fast the motor can make you go.
All new at 6 a.m. starting today, the city of Moscow will be moving to their summer hours. This means city business offices will be open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The police and fire departments, the Hamilton Indoor Recreation Center, and Hamilton Low Aquatic Center will all keep normal operation hours. These summer hours will last until August 21st.
And in your forecast, even though it's a chilly start to the day today, our afternoon daytime highs are going to climb into the low 70s for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're looking at some mid to upper 60s out towards central Washington. These temperatures that we're seeing this afternoon are pretty close here to our average, a couple of degrees cooler than that. But with these warmer temperatures, are going to see some increasing clouds ahead of our next storm system that ushers in some widespread rain showers. So even though we're sitting fairly mild this afternoon across the inland Northwest, be prepared for those changes to move in and a much cooler and soggier Tuesday here ahead of us. Winds are also going to remain breezy through Wednesday before we start to see a warmer trend this weekend.
Well, some good news for you this morning. A deer in Oak Harbor took its first steps after having a piece of PVC pipe removed from around its ankle. We've told you about this. Neighbors concerned about its health have been monitoring the deer for 8 months now. Over the weekend, 2 wildlife officials sedated the deer, removed the piece of pipe, and treated the wound before letting the deer go free. Glad he's okay.